Welcome to the SOB radio show, where we have fun, interesting guests, and hot topics. Each week, we offer insights into music, fashion, health, fitness, and humor. Do you have the perfect guest for us to interview? I want to know. Drop me a line on our Facebook page at SpunkyOldBroad1 or reach out to me on our website at SpunkyOldBroad.com. And now, back to the show. We're back with Millen Livis, and Millen is going to tell us about her MILLENnaire Method. So go ahead, Millen, and tell us why your system is different and how it is a holistic system for creating financial freedom.
Thank you for the opportunity to share about this, because I observed the financial educational programs around, and I noticed that a lot of coaches, they teach money mindset, and it's all about money mindset, and it's important, but I didn't feel it was enough. Then there are coaches that say that you have to attract wealth, attract abundance, and you just have to meditate all day or several times a day and align your vibration with vibration of abundance. And that's where it ends. And then I saw or observed a lot of very, I call it hardcore trading trainings, where people are taught how to trade on the stock market, how to trade currencies, how to trade forex, etc. And I felt that it was not the effective approach for women, that it was not feminine way to teach women how to create wealth. So I came up with this, I call it holistic or integrative system for creating financial wealth. And basically it has 4 pillars. First pillar, very important, is that you have to develop wealth mindset. Very, very important. And I mentioned earlier that a lot of women are lacking this wealth mindset. They have scarcity or lack mindset, and that's why it's very important to shift this and transform this rather. The second pillar is what I call, you've got to become financially savvy. And financially savvy in my mind means that you've got to know how to manage your money intentionally. So you know your cash flow. You know what's coming in, what's coming out. You've got to know your numbers. And a lot of women are afraid of numbers, right? And also, I think that when you are financially savvy, you can calculate your financial freedom number. I teach all of this, right? So you can calculate your unique financial freedom number. So you know exactly what amount you've got to receive monthly in order for you to feel and become financially independent. So that's the third pillar, the second pillar, sorry, becoming financially independent. And the third pillar is you've got to know how to invest strategically, because it's important to save money, but money saved is a seed for your wealth. But then you have to add the fertilizer to grow this wealth. And strategic investing is a fertilizer. And I emphasize strategic because you cannot create lasting wealth just by randomly buying hot stocks here and there, or investing in mutual funds, or buying some cryptos here and there. This is not a strategic approach. So I teach that's the third pillar in my investing. I teach women how to invest strategically in the stock market, in real estate. And then the fourth pillar is you've got to connect to your inner power, that we sometimes forget that we have this, which is our inner ability to connect to the source and develop your intuition. So that's the fourth pillar in my method. When we talk about ways to develop or hone your intuition and trust your intuition, trust yourself. So these are four pillars, and as you can see, they have different aspects in it. They have spiritual aspect and very practical aspect of money and wealth as well.
Well, it's certainly a complete system, Millen, but I want to know, what's the secret of successful investing? You mentioned some things, you mentioned real estate, you mentioned some other things, but what is the secret of successful investing?
In my opinion, successful investing is having multiple sources of income with multiple streams of income from each source, and a strategic asset allocation, because you cannot put all your money in cryptocurrencies or in the stock market or in real estate and expect that that will carry you over any financial storms that we had before, and I'm sure are coming again. So to have these two things in mind, multiple sources of income and multiple asset allocation, strategic asset allocation of your assets, in my opinion, are essential for any successful investing.
Interesting. Okay. So there's a lot of money coaches out there. I mean, I know I've interviewed several of them. What makes you so unique? Is it your method, or is it your approach, or is it your history and background? What do you think makes you unique in what you do?
Well, I can just mention what I think and then what my clients told me. I think it's because I combine, like I said, practical aspects of creating wealth and mindfulness, mindset, and spirituality. But my clients told me many times that what they really like about me, that I walk the talk, that I live what I teach, that I don't need to research whether it works in the books or not. I went through market crashes. I lived through market crashes, and I managed to develop a portfolio that helps me to make money work for me regardless of economic conditions. And I like to say that we don't have to participate in a recession. We can find a way to make our money work regardless of economic condition. And having this mindset is very, very important as well.
Well, I think it's important to listen what clients have to say, because how we perceive ourselves, and we think, oh, yes, we're so good at this, and yes, we do this and we do that. But what do our clients see? How do they perceive us? And I think that's an important thing to recognize. So why, especially now, and now you're living in two countries, so you see it from two different perspectives, and I don't know, I can't tell you what's going on in France compared to what's going on here, but why do you think financial education is more vital now than ever before?
Well, we all observe what is happening right now with unprecedented, basically, government debt, and it actually applies to not only the US but other countries as well, right? So government debt is not harmless. It ultimately, we all will pay a high price for this in the form of inflation, maybe taxes, things like that, or most likely both. And the money that we have right now, the value of money, the purchasing value of money, will decrease with inflation. And that's why it's very important to know how to invest strategically. And I talked about asset allocation before. So you will invest in assets that will appreciate with inflation, and that you don't just have fiat money, I call it fiat money or paper money in a bank, that you put this money to work, and when inflation will hit, and in my opinion, it's very likely that it will happen, you will not be unprepared. And the financial education is what can help you prepare for this.
Well, I was thinking back to when I was first starting out and what gas prices were. I think I was paying 29 cents a gallon or something like that.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, it was, 29 cents, 31 cents. I mean, it was very small. And I had a little Beetle, red Volkswagen Beetle bug, and I loved that car. I zipped around town. I just thought it was the greatest little car. And, certainly we have seen prices soar, but our salaries haven't soared. Yeah, they've gotten better, but they haven't kept up with what the costs of everything was. And if you go back and you look at some of the menus in restaurants from the 50s and the 60s, I mean, you'd go out and get a roast beef dinner or a prime rib dinner for, $2.99 or $4.99. And now, it's like $32 and something. So, that's one of the reasons I believe that we have to be financially prepared, because inflation is going to happen. I mean, they're keeping everything low right now because of the pandemic and everything else that's going on. So inflation is not happening right at this moment, but we know it's coming. It's come before and it's going to happen again. So if we were to, if I was, let's say I'm 21 years old and I've just gotten out of college and I don't know where I'm going to work. I don't know how much I'm going to make, but just figure I'm going to make an average of, I don't know, $30,000 a year, and which is not very much for all the money I've spent in college, but that's kind of where it's at. So let's say that I'm going to make $35,000 a year, and I'm single. What do I do? What is my best first step?
The best first step, I would say, for everyone is to create an emergency fund, because we never know what may happen. You may lose your job. You need to give yourself a little bit of space to find a new job, etc. So spending less than you make would be at the top of my, if I had to give several advice in terms of priority, it would be at the very top.
Boy, isn't that a concept, Millen? Spend less than you make. That's kind of a foreign concept to many young people, but it really is, So, okay, so that's number one. Go ahead.
Well, so once you establish the saving, the emergency fund, if you have, if you want to buy something and you're using a credit card, make sure that you use credit card for something that gives you a positive return on investment. So see everything that you buy and using your credit card, basically you buying on credit, you're using money that you may not have right now. Make sure that what you use credit card for is something that gives you a positive return on investment, because a lot of people I know, they just buy, I don't know, new TV set or some fancy car or whatever, and they buy it on credit, but these things don't have positive return on investment. These are assets that lose value over time. So that's, just keep in mind, if you could perceive every purchase you make as your investment. For example, if you invest in yourself, if you invest in your education, that's a positive return on investment. And you are the most valuable asset you will ever have. You, yourself, your health, your your well-being. So I'm a big proponent of investing in yourself, in your education, in your health, in your well-being. So that would be the second thing that I would suggest to the youngsters out there.
Well, it's interesting. When I went into business, I was 21 years old. I had no money. I, in fact, bought the business on an IFCOM, I'll pay it out as I go. And there were no credit cards. So what I did was when I went out to buy clothes, and, there was a certain kind of clothes that I mean, I didn't spend on very expensive clothes, but I had to have a nice wardrobe because I was in the modeling business. And I put everything on layaway because that's how I built up my credit. Was I would pay on time for my layaway clothes. They didn't really charge any extra for layaway. You just paid, on time, and that's how I built up my credit. Now then, eventually, they had credit cards, and you could go to the bank and get loans based on your history and your credit and so forth. But I agree with you. I mean, there are things that, for example, you buy a brand new car, you drive it off the lot, and it's already lost $10,000. Your home normally increases in worth, although sometimes it does not, but usually it does. And there are things that you can buy that will give you a return on investment. But I think it's just really interesting where people put their money. When they start making money, they spend it on the things they've always dreamed of or were never able to afford. I know that when I started making money, I took horseback riding lessons because I always had wanted to, but we never had money when I was a kid. I went roller skating because I never had money to go to the roller skating rink and so forth. So there were things that I did that I satisfied my personal things. They weren't expensive, I mean, but I enjoyed doing them. But I also learned to save. I was always a good saver. I remember when I was getting an allowance of 50 cents a week, I was still the only person in my family that had money, for some reason, even at 50 cents a week. So the whole point, I think, of what you're saying, Millen, is you've got to develop, and I believe in this so greatly as you do, the proper mindset, whether it's to value your health, value your friendships, value your family, value your money, value your job, whatever it is, it's your personal mindset that allows you to develop and be who you are. So when you're teaching this spiritual aspect of it, and you this holistic aspect of it, what is the focus? What is the first thing you try to work with your clients on? I assume it's mindset, but how do you do that?
You know what? I will answer this question quickly, but before I do, I just want to add something that I didn't mention before, and I think it's important. All people, young, middle age, older age, they've got to know their values. And then every financial decision they make needs to be aligned with these values. For example, for me, my value was being free. Freedom is my core value. So every decision I was making, financial decision, I was thinking, how does it align? How does it align with my values? Because I would rather have beautiful clothes, but not super expensive clothes. But I know that if I invest this money, for example, in the stock market, it will appreciate, it will give me nice return on investment. I would rather choose this investment versus investing in designer clothes, because that was not my profession. I was not a model, because that was aligned with my core values. And I know that even in my family and my colleagues, many of them did not have this clarity. Like, this is my core value. I want to achieve this in my life. And in order to achieve this, I have to make this intentional, these deliberate financial decisions toward achieving this. So I think it's very important.
Well, that's so true, Millen. I mean, I can tell you, I never really bought designer clothes. I did have designers give me clothes because they wanted me to promote them, but I never bought designer clothes. And to this day, I don't. In fact, I laugh because I've got a really beautiful wardrobe, and I'm in a shirt and leggings every day because I'm not going anywhere. And I'm laughing because I've got all these clothes just sitting there, and that's what they're doing. They're sitting there. I'm certainly not. I'm not involved with them. So um, I guess I would say if there was one major piece of advice that you would like to give our listeners, what would that be?
Learn how to think and act strategically with your money. Make a plan for your retirement if you want to be financially independent even before your retirement plan. Calculate your financial freedom number and start aligning your financial decisions and your actions to achieve this goal. So don't waste time. Be very clear. Be very clear what you want to achieve in terms of your financial independence, in terms of your desired lifestyle, and create a plan and start aligning your decisions with this plan.
Fantastic. Well, we're almost at the end of our interview, Millen. So I want people to know A, how to get a hold of you, B, where they can buy your books, and C, I don't know if you have a gift for anybody, but if you do, that's fine to give it to them, offer it to them. But how can they reach Millen?
The best way to reach me is to email me, and my email is Millen, MILLEN, at daretochange.life.com. Daretochange.life.com. So again, it's Millen at daretochange.life.com. They can also check out my website. It's dare, DARE, daretochange.life.com. And on this website, I offer a free gift, which is a wealth planner. And this wealth planner is aligned with my 4 pillars of the Millionaire Method. So that would be a good start for your listeners to plan their financial independence and retirement. And I also have a free group on Facebook. It's called Wealth Building for Powerful Women, and they're welcome to apply to join this group. I would be happy to support them like I support all my followers, all my clients.
Fantastic. And then, so first of all, if you want to get a hold of Millen, you can email her at Millen, Millen, at daretochange.life.com. Her website is daretochange.life.com. And on Facebook, she's got this group, Wealth Building for Powerful Women. And I know you are powerful women who are listening to this. What about, your books? Where do they find your books?
Okay, so my books are available on Amazon. So the first book called A Shift Toward Purpose, Secrets to an Amazing Career, and it's on Amazon. And it's available in the paper format and Kindle. And the second book is A Shift Toward Abundance, Secrets to Financial Freedom, also available in a paper format and Kindle. And also, once you buy the book, you will get free audiobook download with it.
Fantastic. Well, folks, you know how to get a hold of Millen. And if you want to get a hold of me, my website is spunkyoldbroad.com. My courses are at SOBuniversity.com. I also have a free Facebook group for those of you who are over 50 and want to join a group of women who are also over 50. And it is a virtual SOB club. And that is on Facebook under groups. So we've got a combination for you of Millen and me, and we're excited to have you join us. And Millen, I want to thank you so much for being with us today. And you're where? You're in France right now?
Yes, right now I'm in Provence, and the weather is amazing here. And I hear the birds singing. I'm so peaceful. Yeah, and just
well,
I just want to.
If you're in a villa in Provence, in France, It should be perfect, and you should hear the birds singing. So that's wonderful. I want to thank you so much for being with us, Millen, and the best of luck to you. And you and I will be in touch soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much to you, Gayle. Thank you. And thank you to your listeners for taking time to listen to us today.
Hi, this is Dr. Gayle, and I wanted you to know I have a whole bunch of other things to offer you. If you go to spunkyoldbroad.com, you will see an array of SOB stuff for sale and all our latest products and additions. If you're interested in getting on TV, I have a brand new course, Get on TV. And if you want to start your own business, you'll want my SOB Guide to Business Success. I know you'll love them all. I guarantee it.